Hi, it's Rachel. It's November the 6th, which means we are long overdue for a video. The last video I made was the first week of October. A lot has happened since then, and I really should have documented what was going on. But I really wasn't feeling well enough to do it. But anyway, I'm just gonna give you an update of what has happened in the last month. So, I think in my last video, I had just gone up to 600 milligrams of lithium. And right around that time, I started noticing that things that I tasted and sometimes different scents would give off a really nasty taste of what I can only describe as alcohol swabs with saline. Like if you were to ever, have an injury and you rip open the little packet of alcohol swab and you wipe it on your skin, what that smells like is what I was smelling and tasting. It was really upsetting. It got worse. And on October 14th, I had a doctor, a locum, come in and assess me while my family doctor was gone away. And I told her about the symptoms of, odd tastes and whatnot. And she coerced back and forth with my psychiatrist. To which they both decided I should go up to 900 milligrams of lithium. And that's more so due to the fact that my lithium levels were still pretty low. So I woke up on October 20th, which happened to be my birthday, nauseous, vomiting, diarrhea. It was awful. Puking I can't take. The other stuff, it's doable, but vomiting is just the worst. So I had to go to the hospital and get some more blood work done and get an EKG, both of which came back okay. So we knew pretty much that the funky smells were definitely coming from the lithium. And not only was all that happening, but it seemed that every time I took my lithium at night before I went to bed, I would get nauseous. And I would get acid reflux. So, I had two options. I could either go take the pills, immediately go to bed, and feel like I'm going to barf, or I could take the pills, wait for it to get into my system, and then go to bed and have restless leg syndrome. This is not cool. Lithium is supposed to help you, which it did. My mood went up. Not hypomanic, but I felt pretty good. But the side effects totally outweighed the pros. So I said, screw it. I'm not doing it anymore. And it just so happened I got in touch with a friend of mine that I haven't seen since I was a teenager. And his mother is bipolar. And he was telling me that his mom has been on lithium for 17 years, and she is now gone into kidney failure. Now I know that kidney failure is definitely a possibility when you take lithium, and she's only been on it for 17 years. So say I took lithium for 20 years, and I go into kidney failure by the time I'm 55, to me that's not cool. There's a lot of risks when you take lithium, hypothyroidism, kidney failure, renal failure, and of course lithium toxicity. And because of all the crappy side effects I had been having, I just said, F it, I'm not doing it anymore. So on Monday, just a few days ago, I got to see my psychiatrist, and I told him I didn't want to do it anymore, and he was totally okay with it. So I am in the process of being weaned off of lithium onto a new drug called Abilify. The nice thing about Abilify is that there's no major weight gain. There's no more blood work other than the routine, cholesterol check and whatnot. I'm happy about it. However, when I went to the pharmacy to pick up my prescription, it is ridiculously expensive for a month's supply. I couldn't believe it. So let's just talk about medication for a second and the affordability of it. I remember years ago when I was a teenager and hanging out downtown St. John's, Newfoundland. I usually hung around like the War Memorial and Harborside Park and stuff like that. And there was a couple of oddballs that used to float around, and we had nicknames for them. And we were calling them crazy, and I was an ignorant teenager. Obviously, I'm much more educated now. I would never do that, but I was a stupid teenager and giggled at the crazies. And it's totally not cool. And now I understand why these people are walking around not medicated, because the cost of medication to stay sane is insane. Now when I see somebody who is not acting appropriately, I just feel bad. I wish I could help. Like, I often wonder, is it because you can't afford your medication, or do you not have the supports from your family, from your friends, from your community? I wonder if those people even know about different support systems and whatnot in the community. But anyway, that's my little rant. Really expensive for the one drug. So now I'm weaning down. For 1 week, I'm weaning down from 900 to 600 milligrams. So I'm on 600 milligrams for a week. Next week, I'm going to be on 300 milligrams plus Abilify, which is another mood stabilizer, for 2 weeks. At the end of the 2 weeks, I should be completely weaned over. During that process, I've also been given another prescription called lorazepam, which I've had in the past. And that's to help with my anxiousness and irritability and possible suicidal thoughts. Hopefully this works. I hate medication change. I was told in the past that if I'm ever to do a medication change, I need to go in hospital. But I am making these videos. I have told all my family and friends that this is what's happening to me right now. and I'm taking the appropriate steps to ensure that my safety is my number one concern. So, let me just see if I'm missing. I have notes here, obviously, because it's been a while. Yeah, so I'm still thirsty. I still have tremors. The vomiting has stopped. So is the diarrhea. So is the nauseousness. I still have the funky tastes and smells. Like, really, it smells and tastes like alcohol swabs. Ugh. I also have acid reflux, so I have a prescription for that. And I'm frustrated. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I just want to be back to normal. And it's gonna be a few weeks before I am. And I'm getting a cold. And my mom lives in another province. So, Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sick and I need some chicken noodle soup. And, let me see. I have another piece of paper. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I promise I'm going to make a video sooner than a month. That's a bit ridiculous, because I've actually had a few people stop me and say, hey, where's your videos? Which makes me feel really good. I'm glad you are enjoying them. And I hope they're educational and you show your children and you show your grandparents. Anyway, a little bit irritated right now. That's just part of it. I guess that's it. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.